Hey everyone, Ryan Lane with Lanes. I've got my good buddy Jason Meade with Drivestopcraftbbq here cooking with us today, and we have got something really special. So just kind of quick introduction. We are total fans of everything Jason does. The food is incredible, always on point. Your pictures, I'm not gonna lie, the guys like constantly look after them and talk about them. So thank you so much just for sharing your love of food with us, and we're really looking forward. We got some good stuff today. Jason, I know you could come out here and we could probably do peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and you can make those good, but today you got something different for us, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to do a very quick and easy backyard shrimp po' boy with a house-made remoulade.
Oh my God. I mean, I haven't eaten, well, actually it's been about 2 hours, but I'm starving still. So let's get rolling.
So we're going to need some Duke's mayo.
All right. How much? Is this an ish kind of thing?
Oh, absolutely, it's an ish. There's not a
perfect
measuring spoon on the table right now.
Well, so, technically, no, I'm just kidding. All right, so how much mayo? Let's brief pause. Duke's mayo, no argument. I'm sure in the comments you guys will have it. This is the greatest mayo in the world. So all of our white sauce is made with Duke's too. So
absolutely,
how much
only
Duke's?
Mayo we can be using. Only mayo. Cup and a quarter, roughly cup and a quarter.
All right. I'm sure everyone tell me this is not a cup and a quarter, but
looks good right there.
About right there.
Absolutely.
All right, perfect.
We're going to go with about a quarter cup of your Gildan's spicy brown mustard.
So we got spicy brown mustard, quarter of a cup. All right. And most of this is to taste, right?
Absolutely
so,
to taste.
Perfect.
Absolutely to taste. Let's grab that prepared horseradish.
Oh, man.
We're going to go roughly a tablespoon.
All right.
Make yourself happy. Adjust the heat level as needed.
I like a little kick.
Perfect.
All right.
We're going to grate in 3 cloves of garlic.
Okay. All right.
By grating them in, they're going to melt. It's going to be nice. You're not going to get chunks, but you're going to get all that great flavor.
So is that kind of the reason behind the grating is what?
I've got 2 kids and a wife at home that do not like chunks and things along this lines.
Yep.
So the more you grate, the less chunks you get, and I still get the flavor that I want out of everything we cook.
I gotcha. Really, when we create recipes, we're creating them to how we like to eat them. So that's why we always tell people keep experimenting. So the more you can do it at home, the better. All right,
while you got the microplane out, let's grate a pickle or 2 in there as well.
Okay. And so these are just dill pickles. Do you recommend the dill? Is that,
I do.
Is that just personal preference?
Absolutely. I don't think bread and butter pickles should exist in anybody's house.
I would absolutely. You know, I think we're going to get along really well.
Yeah. So I'm going to grate 1 or 2 of those in there as well.
So is this going to be real saucy, or is it, you want it to hold up, right?
I want it to hold up. We're going to use it kind of as the mayo on the bread.
Okay.
As a nice little condiment. We are going to just pour just a scooch. Perfect.
Is that a scooch?
That's a scooch.
Cool.
That's a scooch.
In Bethlehem, we never know what a scooch actually is. So, all right. What now? So we got our mayo, our mustard, our horseradish, our pickle, and our garlic in here.
All right. We need to season it. So let's hit it with a little of the one-legged chicken.
All right.
Tablespoon. A little more if you want, a little less if you want.
I got a couple kids to send through school, so we recommend
continue to pour.
More is better.
More
That's
is always better.
All right.
We're going to hit with a little kunami.
Yep. So I know people say, like, you know, what's your favorite, who's your favorite kid, that kind of thing. I always tell people I actually have a favorite seasoning of ours, and it's kunami. So this is kind of the hardest one as we were working through to come up with the perfect flavor profile.
Yes, sir.
But this is it. Do you have one of ours?
Like Scorpion is probably the one we use more than anything.
That's awesome.
Which has the kunami in it.
Yeah.
But we do use a ton of kunami. We use a ton of signature. I probably have a top 5. I don't know that I can choose a favorite.
Okay. That's
and
good.
We're going to throw a little bit of the SPF 53
just for a little extra kick.
A little extra kick.
So you're pretty much, minus the brisket, adding Scorpion.
Pretty much.
So we've got these 2 in here. All right. So this is it, right?
That's it.
All right. So then we're going to get this all incorporated.
And we've got a little house-made remoulade that may not be traditional, but is damn sure good.
Yeah. That really is our favorite part of cooking. And then you can make it spicier. You can tone it down. However, man, that looks.
We firmly believe recipes are just guides.
Yeah. Awesome.
And that's it. Doesn't get any simpler.
Really quick and simple.
Absolutely. Store it in a mason jar. You got about 2 weeks out of it. We use it on everything.
Okay.
All right, so the remoulade sauce is done.
All right.
Next thing we need to do is take some of this baguette.
Okay.
It's already been split.
All right, perfect.
We're going to butter it with some of this smoked sea salt banner butter.
Oh, man, this stuff right here is like, I'm pretty sure when we're in heaven, pillows will be made.
One can hope.
One
can hope that is the way it works.
All right, so so we got the smoked sea salt banner butter.
Yes, sir.
And is this pretty much, what's the purpose behind the butter on the baguette?
Well, because butter always goes with bread.
Yeah, no, I know that, and you know that, but we want to make sure they know that.
So we're going to toast it a little bit.
Yep. Both sides, or
both sides,
both sides?
Both sides, and we're just going to get a nice little light brown.
Yep.
I toast almost every piece of bread we use in a sandwich.
Okay.
That way the remoulade, the mayonnaise, whatever sauce you're using,
Yep.
doesn't soak through.
Okay.
Especially in our world, where we're going to build it, and then we're going to take pictures of it and post it.
Yeah.
For these socials, we want the bread to be able to hold up.
Okay.
But I like a little bit of toast, a little bit of textural component.
All right, perfect.
So just smear it on, just like you're doing. The butter has been softened to room temperature.
That's what I was going to say. The key really is take your butter out maybe 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah.
30, 45 minutes ahead of time. I keep my butter in the freezer, so I'm going to take it out an hour ahead of time.
Okay.
For those of y'all that keep it in the refrigerator, it's also good on the counter for a couple of days.
Okay.
So this will hold up depending on how much you're using it.
You say you keep it in the freezer. Is there any particular reason for that? Is that
space?
Okay. That's a good one.
I have a ton of banner butter in my freezer. I'm going to admit that right now that I have a problem and an addiction to banner butter. So I have literally.
Because you have a problem, we're here today.
I do have a shelf of banner butter.
We love it.
With all the flavors that we have between
Fantastic.
the barbecue and the smoked sea salt and the black garlic and the honey. I keep it in the freezer. That way I can just rotate them through.
All right, perfect. So we're going to go over on the Blackstone with this, right? This is the first step?
It's the first step.
All right.
While you're doing that, I'm going to throw some blackening seasoning on the shrimp.
All right.
Can't have a blackened shrimp poor boy without the blackening seasoning.
Perfect.
And this is our choice of the house.
Oh, you hear that sizzle?
Perfect.
And some of this butter on this flat top will help out a little bit too when we toss those shrimp on.
We'll throw a little knob down before we throw the shrimp on top.
Right.
Absolutely.
Is this pretty quick process?
Yeah,
like,
pretty quick. It shouldn't take
You're
more
not
than a couple
trying to
minutes.
burn it.
Not trying
You're
to
just
burn
trying
it.
to get a little bit of a crust.
Just trying to get a little bit of a crust on there.
And what's the purpose of the crust?
The purpose of the crust is to keep the remoulade from soaking through. We want that bread to be crusty.
Perfect.
When we go to build the sandwich.
Awesome.
Nobody wants soggy bread.
Pro tip right there, guys.
Nobody wants soggy bread. So we're going to season these shrimp heavily with blackening. Once again, the more you use, the more Ryan sells, the better off his kids are going to be.
Man, we didn't even pay him to say that.
Toss them around. These are peeled and deveined already. Tails are off, ready to go.
Here's a tip too, like get to know your butcher. So a lot of times they'll actually take them, they'll peel them, they'll devein them for you if you ask nicely. But it's just a great way that you know what you're getting and you don't have to do all the work when you get home. So, all right, cool.
So that's
all
it.
right.
Shrimp ready to go whenever the bread comes off.
Oh yeah, we're getting a little bit of a crust on here. All right, so then we're gonna put them back over here.
All right, so we're gonna cook the shrimp now real quick, right on the flat top. We're gonna throw down a little bit of banner butter, move it around to give us a little base. Never have too much butter with shrimp. And then we are just gonna start laying them out nice and fast.
Jason, what kind of temp do you want that flat top to be at? Is it like a medium high or is it?
Yeah, I would say medium high. We're looking to get a nice crust on the outside.
Okay.
Once again, that textural component. We talked about it with the bread.
Yep.
So I want a nice crust. I'm gonna cook the shrimp to roughly 120, 125 and try to pull them off. These are a little larger. They're gonna carry over a little bit with the high heat, but they're not gonna take long. A couple minutes aside, 3 minutes aside, and we're gonna be good to go.
All right, cool. While you're doing that, I'll go ahead and get the tomato sliced up.
Thin, please.
Thin slices.
Thin,
okay.
Thin slices. Thin slices of tomato.
So I know we're lucky to have baguettes here now, but any other things you could use this on, like to kind of put together?
Absolutely. So we eat a ton of tacos in our house.
Yep.
Any day of the week. And if you've got a flour tortilla, you got a corn tortilla, this will all work.
Okay.
Lettuce, tomato, throw it right on there with the remoulade sauce, and you can call it Taco Tuesday.
Okay.
With your po' boy shrimp.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not gonna lie, I could probably just take a cup of that remoulade sauce and just dunk the shrimp in.
100%.
Yeah, I would say
100%.
everything else is an option.
If you've got a plastic cup, we can do a little shrimp cocktail with it. Bethlehem style.
That's what I'm talking about. Here's the beauty too, is you're just building layers of flavor. So you got the butter on there, you got the seasoning on there. You've also got the seasoning from the cast iron. Is this usually what you'll use Like a cast iron style?
Absolutely. Everything we do that we can do on cast iron, we're going to do it. Whether it's a cast iron griddle,
okay.
Whether it's a cast iron on the stove top, whether it's a cast iron over on the top of the grill.
Yep.
Don't want to lose him. Yeah, cast iron is the best way to cook, and we did lose one. Cast iron is the best way to cook everything, in my opinion.
Okay. Oh, man.
Yeah, we're getting there.
So, speaking of, quick little plug, the Thermopin is probably my favorite grilling tool. People always ask, I'm getting into barbecue or I'm getting into cooking, what do I need? I said, well, if you don't want to kill your family or overcooked chicken, get that.
Absolutely. First two things you should get, a Thermopin and a good knife.
Yep.
You can do everything else with the grill, a Thermopin, and a good knife.
Yep. Perfect. So we're going to take them to 120.
120-ish.
Right?
Yeah.
120-ish. And so you'll get a little bit of the carryover heat once you pull them off too while we're building the sandwich.
Absolutely. I'm not a fan of overcooked chewy shrimp.
Yeah, me neither. Although, if you do, that remoulade sauce will probably make up for the fact that you overcooked it.
It is going to help with any dryness that ensues.
Yeah, that's awesome. A lot of people look at this too and they're like, oh, it's burnt. That ain't burnt, that's crust.
No, negative
that is
rider.
flavor built in.
Absolutely what you want on everything you're doing.
Yeah. All right,
I'm
perfect.
calling these done, Ryan.
All right, man. It's party time, right?
It's ready. We're ready to assemble.
Time to build. All right,
ready to
perfect.
assemble.
So walk us through it real quick. What we got?
So we've got our clamshell bread that we toasted earlier with a little banner butter.
Yep.
We're going to put as much or as little remoulade on there as we like, obviously on both sides.
And that bread's pretty thick too, so like a little bit more, always good.
Not going to hurt a thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to get that on there.
Can you see it on camera like it's actually dripping down? I know with this rockin' beard you can't see much, but...
We're going to throw a little shredded lettuce.
All right, so you're going to kind of put everything on first.
Absolutely.
That way the shrimp shine?
That way the shrimp shine.
All right.
And we can get a little color combo going.
There we go.
So we'll do a little green lettuce. We'll take some of this nice thinly sliced tomato that you handled for us. All right, and then we'll come and we will pile on the shrimp. As high as we want, as
handful of shrimp. God, man, look at the crust on that.
So we can get that nice one out there in the front. And the limelight. So what is that?
People always say we don't do a lot of veggies. Look at this.
Yeah. All right, so we got 8 shrimp on that one.
Yep.
We'll throw a little green onion just for the crunch, and once again, trying to get a little color on there.
Yeah.
And that is it, my friend.
Oh my goodness.
Ready.
Are we going to Lady in the Tramp this, or should we cut it in half and like each get us?
What's your preference?
Well, this is our first time, so let's cut it in half. And
family show, we'll cut it in half?
Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, man.
Put that in there. Get that shrimp back on that side.
There we go.
Let me hand that to you. You're wearing a black shirt?
This is actually the best part of the... Yeah, I've started just wearing black for this.
The remoulade is going to show nicely on that.
And it helps with the weight gain. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, so... Cheers, man. Hey, thank you for coming out.
Honored to be here.
Oh, my
Honored
goodness.
to be here.
Dude, that is so good. Y'all should all be very jealous.
I would say this would work.
Make this tonight. It literally took us less than 20 minutes to put it together. Keep experimenting, guys.